Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Moses. Guys, in today's video, we are gonna be discussing about the cost of Vietnam visa and Vietnam job on arrival. So that's the headline today. We're gonna discuss about it. In my social media, a lot of people have written me to make a video about Vietnam, and that I am doing right away. So in today, we are starting with the Vietnam visa cost. The cost of Vietnam visa, usually I have seen and heard some guys who spend over ₦1 million plus to travel to Vietnam. But I want to tell you today that that is very, very huge. Vietnam is a country in Asia and is also a poor country, though it's better than so many countries in Africa, including my country. But it doesn't still change the fact that it's a poor country in Asia. So I want to tell you today that Vietnam visa is an e-visa. E-visa means electronic visa. You can get it yourself online. All you need to do is go into their website, search for the visa, pay for the visa, and apply yourself. You are going to get it. It's very simple. It's going to cost you less than ₦100,000. Yes, to get their visa. But because of this lack of knowledge, a lot of people have spent over 1.7 to 2 million naira on Vietnam visa. So, and today I want to tell you that the highest you should spend on Vietnam visa should be 6 to 600K. That's the highest you should spend. Some agents collect as low as 200, 300, 400, 500. So I'm telling you today that don't spend anything more than 600K on Vietnam visa. Yes. Because if you do it yourself, it's going to cost you less than 100,000 naira. So why spend such amount of money on Vietnam visa? And remember, their visa is just 3-month visa. And with that visa, you are not legal to work or look for a job in that country. So you still don't spend all your money doing the visa, because you still need money to convert your visa when you get there. You still need money to pay an agent to get you a menial job. There is no job there. So you still need to have some backup money to, pay for agent to get you a work in Vietnam. There is no work in Vietnam. And a lot of people agents has deceived a lot of Nigerians and Africans that, yeah, there is a whole lot of work in Vietnam. There is nothing like job on arrival in Vietnam. I repeat, there is absolutely nothing like job on arrival in Vietnam. Now, there used to be job on arrival. That was when they were still recruiting Africans to come and teach English language in their schools. But recently, native English speakers like UK, United States, and the Australia and what have you have all taken over the job. They discover that these guys in Vietnam, they are paying huge for teaching. Yes, they are paying English teachers very good amount of money, and the cost of living is very, very, very low. Yes, it's very, very, anyone can afford it. So when you compare your country, for instance, UK, the cost of living in UK and the pay in UK, when you compare it with Vietnam, you discover that Vietnam is far much better. So because of that, most of UK citizens, most of United States citizens have all moved to Vietnam, and they have taken over the jobs. Obviously, they own English, so you can't speak English more than they do, and you can't teach better than them. So there is no such work for Africa. I am not saying an African cannot get it. You can get it, but it's not like before. Before, once you apply, you get it. But now is a huge, stress, and it's very difficult to get. So that's number one. So if any agent is, trying to tell you that there is a job on arrival for you in Vietnam, no, no, no. There is no such thing now. Vietnam is not that poor and is not that rich. They have industries, yes, they have industries, but their citizens are working in those industries. So when you get to Vietnam, our people there will help you get a menial jobs. You can be working in the factories. You can be working in, as a clearing and forwarding agent, and the pay is very little. It's very small. That's a very small amount of money. Like a friend of mine who got a job recently, he's been paid $400 a month. So he has to be managing it. So that's why I said you shouldn't spend more than 600K on their visa. Imagine spending 2 million naira and getting there. You pay extra. You pay money to convert your visa. You pay like $500 to get a job, and the job is $400. So when it's gonna take you years to recover the money you spent on coming to that country, and from there, that's when and where frustration sets in. You might be frustrated, and depression will come in. So, brothers and sisters, please, if Vietnam is your dream country, just know that you don't have to spend all your life savings on Vietnam visa. One, the Vietnam visa you're trying to apply for should not be more than 600K. Two, there is no job on arrival in Vietnam. You have to wait till you get a job. You have to travel there. The visa usually comes with 3 months. So you have to get to Vietnam, pay to convert your visa, then you start looking for job and applying for jobs. And when you get one, they're not going to pay you up to $1,000. Just know it. But the only good thing with Vietnam is that the cost of living is very low. So compared to other countries, so you can afford it. So if you are moving to Vietnam, just number one, don't spend more than 600K. Number two, no job on arrival. Number three, make sure you have your BTA. Very, very important. BTA is a basic traveling allowance. So if you are traveling to Vietnam, make sure you have up to $1,000 BTA. Yes, $1,000. Don't go with less than that. Instead, you go with more than $1,000. Because from that $1,000, you're gonna sort out your house, your house rent. You're gonna pay for the hotel the day you arrived. You're gonna pay for the agent that will convert your visa for you, so you stay legal in Vietnam. You are gonna like if you want to get a job, you are still going to pay agent from that money. So you need a whole lot of money to travel to Vietnam as your BTA. Like the guy that I told you, guys that got a job, he's been paid $400. He paid $500 to get the job of that job of $400 salary. So you know what that means. So it means you need enough BTA to travel to Vietnam with. Number two, the cost of flight from Nigeria or Africa to Vietnam is very high, guys. Their flight is nothing less than 1.5 to 2 million naira. It's not a one-way flight. So it's going to cost you between 1.5 million to 2 million naira. So that's why you don't need to spend all your savings doing the visa, because you might end up, after doing the visa, you may not have enough money to book a flight to Vietnam. So you need to do your visa. You need to have up to or more than $1,000 BTA. You need to have extra money, like 2 million naira for your ticket. So traveling to Vietnam now is going to cost you like roughly, if you check 600,000 naira as your visa, you check your $1,000 as your BTA, you check your ticket at 1.5 to 2 million naira. So you know how much you are going to spend. So these are things you have to bear in mind before traveling to Vietnam. It's a good country. I always advise people, if you can't go straight to Europe, you can start from the smaller countries like Vietnam. So starting from Vietnam is not a bad idea, but you don't have to exhaust all your life savings on only the visa, because you still have to convert the visa when you get there, and you have to pay the person who is converting it. You still have to pay for your house rent, your hotel, you have to feed, you have to pay agents to look for a job for you, and and every other expenses that may come in. So you need BTA. I am shouting it now. It's very, very important. BTA, very, very important. If you want to, so even without the BTA, you might, if you travel to Vietnam without BTA, you might be sent back. Yes, from the point of entry. When the immigration confronts you, they'll ask you how much do you have that will sustain you in Vietnam for the period of 3 months. If you say you don't have, or if you say it's only $200, they might send you back. And once they send you back, the money you spend on ticket and the money for the visa is gone. So please, guys, take note. And that's all for today. We are going to discuss another topic next time. Please stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe on this channel. Thank you.